Hello, this is Tim Law with Playing It Forward Coaching and Self-Reliant You. Remember, your life, your dreams, your goals, and everything else as far as your life is concerned is all essential. Please listen to some of the videos we have here and apply some of the wisdom you're going to hear from a number of people. And also, please, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, Playing It Forward Coaching. I am very, very happy to have a young man who I've known for quite a while, 2016 graduate of Northeastern High School. He served in the military and the Army. And Xavier Keihl, tell us your story there, please, and welcome. Glad to see you.
Hi, Mr. Law. Yeah, thank you for having me. I just want to first off say, yeah, I met you, I want to say 4th or 5th grade, was something that I will never forget that you told me. You came in and you wrote on the board, you put respect is a two-way street. And that is something I will never forget. I use to this day, even the soldiers that I had in the Army, I always say that to them, like, for me to give you respect, because, you know, when you get your rank and stuff like that, you give respect to rank. And I always tell my soldiers, you know, I want to give you the same respect. So I always kind of learned that from you. When you came in, you wrote respect is a two-way street. I always appreciated that you said that. So first off, thank you for that.
Well, thank you, Xavier. And what's interesting is that especially because I'm usually not in the elementary schools. Every now and then I am, but let's say I've got a new group of 7th graders that really don't know me. I'll always put that on the board just because, you know, I want them to realize that I want to be as polite and as kind and as wonderful to them. And but by the same token, you know, being the teacher or the adult in the room, I certainly expect them to be respectful, you know, coming the other way. So it kind of sets the tone in a classroom, and I'm glad you were able to use it as far as the military is concerned, because, you know, all of us want to be respected, you know. So
Sure.
Great point, and thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Of course. But yeah, like you said, I graduated in 2016. I, you know, did numerous activities in high school. I did swimming. I was in honors course, Odyssey. I did the news. I would tell people what they had for lunch that day, what the weather was like. I did plays. Then I went to Penn College for a year, and there someone came in, and on a Tuesday, I remember they came in a uniform, and I was like, you know, why are they coming in a uniform? And it was like my 2nd week in class, and I asked him politely, I was like, hey, like, why are you coming in a uniform? And he's like, well, I'm doing ROTC. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, you know, what is ROTC? Like, what are you guys doing? I mean, you know, talk me through it. And I was like, that's kind of cool. Like, can I get a part of ROTC? And that's how I developed it. Joined ROTC. And then, you know, my 2nd semester there, a good friend of mine, Abby, some people who watch this, if they went to Northeastern, they would know who she was murdered. And, you know, that was a little hard for me. And then a month later, another person who was really close to me passed away. So then, you know, I finished the year and I was like, you know what, I told my parents, like, I think I need to go home, take a year off. You know, school wasn't really a fit for me at that time. And so I moved to Maryland, got a job at the Cheesecake Factory serving, because, you know, I served in high school. Mm-hmm. And 4 months there, I was like, you know, I don't think this is what I want to do. I remember doing ROTC because I was going to commission to be an officer, and I still had that itch to do something else. And I went and saw a recruiter. You know, my dad was pushing me back there. He was like, you know, maybe you go back and, you know, figure out what you want to do in the Army, because you kind of really like that side of it. So I went and saw a recruiter, and after having a couple conversations with him, I took the ASVAB test, and you know, scored pretty high. Was very surprised, you know, after taking a little bit off of school, and picked my job in the Army, and, you know, shipped off to basic training about a month later, and been in the Army for the last 3.5 years.
Mm-hmm. Well, fantastic. What would you say, Xavier, some of the on your journey? And this is one of the reasons I'm trying to reach back to graduates from Northeastern. We've had some tremendous people come through there, such as yourself. And to me, it is such an opportunity for let's say some of the juniors and seniors that are in high school right now to be able to meet with or see, you know, somebody such as yourself and some of the other ones that we've done, you know, like with our Cody Reeser, Colin Wunsch, a number of Jonah Latshaw. We've done this with a number of people, Kyle O'Keefe, et cetera, Jordan Sowers, and all these guys, and just have them kind of apply things that would actually help the juniors and seniors going forward. So what tips and ideas, whether it's military, whether it's school, what are some ideas on what you learned, what you might do differently, that kind of thing? Could you share that with us?
For sure. I would say one of the biggest things that I did that I wish I would have relaxed on a little bit. I wanted to build my resume, but I wanted to build my resume too much. I was doing everything I thought I could do. I worked a full-time job in high school. I was, doing plays. I was on the swim team. I was doing honors choir. And a lot of that is good. You really want to build up your resume for colleges because you want to show them that you're well-versed in different things. But you have to learn how to prioritize and time management when it comes to, separating yourself from everyone else, but knowing to take a step back, because if you overwork yourself at that point in your career, in high school, when you're in college, you're kind of going to be like, whoa, like I'm kind of burned out already. So I wish I would not have, worked myself too hard in high school.
Well, and certainly in a variety of things is what you're referring to. I mean, whatever you jump into, you've always been a good hard worker, but it sounds like you were spread thin in too many directions. That's kind of the gist I'm getting from what you're saying.
Yeah, definitely. Because a lot of stuff in high school, they happen at the same time. So you're like, okay, well, I want to be here at this time. Well, but I got to go here at this time. So it's like, how do you balance everything? But that also comes in with time management, which you learn. And I learned time management to a T at being in the military. They don't really give you a choice, but to learn time management. But I would say that would be the biggest thing, is learning how to not spread yourself too thin. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense. And how about when you were in the military, Xavier? What were some of the key lessons that you learned there?
I would say I have a Sergeant Hassan. I'm going to put it in different terms because his term is a little vulgar. Sometimes the Army uses colorful language, but his quote that I always take from him is, don't ever take a no from someone who can't tell you yes. If there's something that you want for it, fight for it. Sometimes people tell you no just because maybe it's easy for them to tell you no, or they want to tell you no because they want it for themselves. If you want something hard enough, fight for it, because there's always someone else who can possibly tell you yes, because that person may not have the authority to tell you no. So go out and get it yourself. You have to always fight for you.
Great point. And again, I kind of refer to this as kind of being self-reliant, and I absolutely think that is wonderful advice, because too many people, they're looking for all this on the outside of themselves, whether it's people to get permission from, whether it's a government agency or whatever. And I couldn't agree with you more that if it's to be, it's up to me. In other words, and same with any of us, that it's just so important to be ready to, as you say, fight for yourself. You'll be more respected that way, and just the idea that you're trying to get yourself involved in a number of things is really, really good that way. So yeah,
it's definitely crazy, because I know, and going back to being outside of yourself, you can learn from anyone. You don't always have to think you have the answer. That's another thing I would think is a good advice for people, young adults. We don't always have the answer as well. So look outside of yourself, and someone here might have the answer, someone over here might have the answer. I remember in high school, you already had Cody Reeser on here. I did watch that one. Cody Reeser is an outstanding human being. My class, the class 2016, I was honored to be in the same class as those people like Cody Reeser, Emily Eisenhower, Sarah Edwards. These are people who I looked up to.
Hey, Xavier, sorry for the interruption. Go ahead, please continue your thought. You were talking about the wonderful Cody Reeser, who I am a huge fan with. He's done a lot of good baseball lessons with my grandkids and everything. The guy is, he is incredible for sure. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, I was just saying how, growing up with people like Cody Reeser and Emily Eisenhower and Sarah Edwards, my class of 2016 had incredible people. And I learned at an early age that you can take so much from different people.
Mhm.
The three people in particular are so different, but you can learn so much from them. And I really see myself in all three of them because I took something from all three of them
Mhm.
growing up. So another advice to young adults would be learn from everyone around you
Mhm.
because you can take something from everyone. You might be different from them, but everyone has something to learn from. So that
Sure.
would be probably the biggest advice I have from other people.
Yeah, no, that's excellent for sure. And anyway, what if what are your goals going forward, Xavier? What we're you know, I know you're going to be coming out of the military pretty soon, and what are some of the things that you're looking to do after being in the service? And by the way, thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you saying that. So yeah, so I get out. I technically get out on the 29th of April, so that's exciting. Very nerve-wracking.
Mhm.
It's going to be very different, but I am finishing my degree in business management, which I'm super excited for. And then I would like to continue my bachelor or my major, not my major. I'm trying to figure it all out. My master's eventually in supply chain management.
Good.
I do logistics in the military now, so
Mhm.
that's what I'm hoping to continue. Um, I want to move somewhere warm. I'm trying to figure it all out. I'm still young.
Mhm.
I thought I'd be in the military for 20 years, but my health had other plans for me.
Mhm.
So I'm kind of taking it day by day. I'm trying to make a plan as I go. That's all I can really hope for right now is to, work on my schooling. I'm very blessed that the Army is taking care of my schooling for me. I would do it all over again if I had the choice.
Mhm.
Um, so that's kind of it. I'm just gonna hone down on my schooling and go from there. I
Mhm.
know that doesn't
Good.
sound like much, talking about all the stuff I used to do in the past, but that's where we kind of are. We're just gonna, work on school and full steam ahead.
Great, great. Well, sounds fantastic. I definitely want to stay in touch with you here, Xavier. This has been wonderful. If you could just hang on after the recording, I'll chat with you for a little bit once we shut it down here. But fantastic advice, great wisdom, and again, there's a lot of knowledge floating around out there. But when we get information like you're giving, I mean, it's true wisdom, and I've always felt that wisdom is certainly more important than knowledge. Knowledge is important, but wisdom is almost like fine-tuned knowledge in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But thank you so very much. Hang around, and I'll be right back with you. And please, if you could, just sign up for my YouTube channel, Playing It Forward Coaching. And Xavier, thank you so very, very much. This has been great.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.